I just want to say that I was trying to put the introduction for Ted together, and I was wandering around. Former delegate, IDA board member, chairman of the Riverstone Energy Subcommittee, and golfer and farmer, Ted Bennett.
Good morning, everybody. I look across this group, an audience assembled here today, and I see an enormous amount of talent and energy and passion and commitment to our region of the state. I want to thank you for the many, many hours and passion and integrity that you brought to our revitalization efforts. Without your support, and without your brain power and your integrity and your passion, this would be tough. It would also be tough without the resources of the Tobacco Commission. I think all of us appreciate and understand how vital their commitment to these ambitious projects are, not only to give us a launch, to help us serve as a catalyst, but to help us remain viable. So I personally want to thank you all, Frank Ruff and James Edmonds and Ed Owens and John, all the staff of the Tobacco Commission. Your continuity and your perseverance and your support is just absolutely incredibly vital. And it is as we envisioned it years ago when those of us who were involved in this founding had hopes that it would be. I also want to thank our partners in this enterprise, this Energy Center, and the associated businesses that we have wrapped into it, and the High Rate Center. You folks, I hope, know how much talent is over there. They are great people, but they are also equally talented and have done an enormous job in helping us develop this partnership between us. One of the tough things for rural areas, as you know, is to retain and recruit the best human capital, the best talent that we can. We often hear of the lament that we out-migrate so many of our folks. I'd like to have a composite picture of some of the talent here to start to disprove that. But one of our first jobs in developing this Energy Center was to bring that talent in, and you will have a chance today to meet some of those folks, of whom we are very proud and who have gone out on a little bit of a limb to come here to help us make this initiative successful. We have at least 7 people who are moving into the community solely because of these enterprises. 4 families, 2 of the families of whom are already here. 2 more will be coming in a couple of months. 3 or 4 of our individuals are already here, and the young man I'm here to introduce to you, Doug Corrigan, started with us in January and has been here ever since. I think Doug's only regret is that his family is not moving here until the kids are out of school in May. Our subcommittee does have oversight over this project, and I'd like Garland and Lisa, if you all will stand, please. These folks are on our subcommittee and devoted hours of time on their own part and as volunteers to help support the folks that you will meet today, and one of whom I will introduce in a few seconds. Doug Corrigan was a lucky find. We appreciate Doug willing to help lead this effort. As I said, his family, which is really growing, he has and his wife Amy have 4 children. A 5th is coming this fall. The names are Nunu, Ada, Isaac, and Kura, ages 4 to 11. I remember those days. Talk about energy. Doug Corrigan is a graduate of RPI, Rensselaer Polytechnic Institute. He interned at the Oak Ridge National Lab, the NASA Space Flight Center, Quillen College of Medicine. I asked him this morning if I was to call him doctor. He has a PhD in biochemistry and molecular biology and a master in engineering physics. When I asked him, should I call him doctor, he said, yes, take 2 aspirins and call me tomorrow. Doug is the overall responsibility for helping to develop, to manage, and to make sustainable this entire effort. Again, we are enormously happy to have Doug here. And without further ado, please come forward and give these folks a little insight into the joy you have here.
Thank you, Ted. Thank you, Ted, for those kind remarks, and thank you for everyone showing up today. It's amazing turnout, as all I hoped and expected, and I want to thank everyone that helped put this event together today. First of all, I want to thank the Tobacco Commission for having the bold vision and taking the necessary steps to establish 6 energy centers across and blanket the tobacco footprint. We're not the only show in town. There's 5 other energy centers. The closest one here is the Center for Advanced Manufacturing and Energy Efficiency, which is in the Innovation Building. The old ATW warehouse has been renovated, and the Higher Ed Center is managing that energy center. We're closely partnered with them on projects already, and we just look forward to the future partnership and collaboration we're going to have together moving forward. We also have ALR, Institute of Advanced Learning and Research. Liam Lightly is here. We thank you for coming. Ed Rogers, the Clean Tech Incubator over in Abingdon. Is Ed here? There's Ed. Thank you, Ed, for showing up. There's an energy center in Wise, Virginia, called the Appalachia America Energy Research Center that's now headed up by UXB, and Tim Hopkins is the principal there. And then we have Bob Bailey's group in Bedford County, just a little bit northwest of us. So there are a total of 6 energy centers, and we want to thank the Tobacco Commission for having the vision and taking the bold and courageous steps. I would say what they're doing right now is historic. This is what created Silicon Valley, what created Research Triangle Park. We hope that the South Side and Southwest Virginia in 10 to 15 years from now will look like those areas because of the energy center presence in these regions. I want to thank Neil Noyes, Ned Stevenson, the other staff members, Sarah Capps, who've had a great opportunity to work with these last few weeks and helping coach me and getting used to what's happening here and understanding all the programs and projects and how it all fits together. She's been a wonderful resource to me. Ed Owens, I want to thank, because he's been a great leader has helped put a lot of these pieces together and has been a mouthpiece for us to support our cause here. John Cannon, who's the chairman of the IDA board, he's passionate about the Energy Center. This is a primary focus that he has. He's passionate about all the energy centers and everything the Tobacco Commission is doing. But he's been a great leader and doing the things that he's been doing to get this underway. I want to thank the Halifax Industrial Development Authority, Mike Sexton, Christy Johnson, Jeff Reed, the staff that's there, Patsy Vaughn. I work with them day to day. For these last 12 weeks, I've been working with them daily and get to see everything that they do over there in the Industrial Development Authority. Most people don't know everything they do, but there's a lot that goes on behind the scenes there. And they work hard on behalf of every citizen in Halifax County to make sure that businesses stay here and that new businesses come here. I want to thank them, and I want to thank the Halifax the County Board of Supervisors. George Nestor is here. They've supported us financially in terms of the Energy Center along with the Tobacco Commission. And we know times are tough right now, but we believe that this is the time when you double down your efforts to make sure that businesses can sustain in this region. I want to get into the crux of what I want to say today, thinking about the comments I want to make today. As Ted mentioned, I'm a scientist. I'm also a businessman. I ran a biotech company for 5 years. And I'm very passionate about taking scientific ideas and turning them into business opportunities. That's what attracted me here to the Energy Center, because this is really a place where new business concepts and ideas can be spawned and grown and matured and fostered along and turned into new business opportunities that can be commercialized in the region. We believe that what we're doing here can be transformative for the region over a period of time. Now, when you think about transforming, we need a critical mass. We need a critical mass of resources, and people, human capital, talent. We need buildings such as this and technology that goes with it. We need the funding sources like the Tobacco Commission. We need a critical mass. We need human capital. We need educational partners. We need workforce training. We need all of it so that we have a critical mass that can be transformed into economic energy. So you have a critical mass that's transformed to energy, and that got me thinking about mass being converted into energy. And my role model as a little boy was Albert Einstein. And he told us about how mass is converted to energy. Everyone knows the famous formula, E equals mc squared. Most people can say that formula, recognize it, but don't know really what it's saying or what it means. What that formula says is that mass can be converted to energy, and energy can be converted back into mass. In fact, it's the equation that dictates how all energy is used and transformed and that we are used to today. The sun works on E equals mc squared. Your car, the gasoline that goes in your car and burns, works on E equals mc squared. Coal-fired power generation plant works on E equals mc squared. Mass is being converted into energy, and it's a tremendous amount of energy. It's what makes a nuclear bomb go off. His formula says that if you want to know how much energy is in a fractional piece of mass, all you have to do is take the weight of that mass and multiply it times the speed of light, which is the fastest known quantity in the universe, and you square the speed of light. You raise it to the second power. So what that boils down to is a very small quantity of mass can be converted into large amounts of energy. So I want you to keep that in the back of your head. I'm going to bring this around full loop at the end of my talk today. Now I thought about how proper us being the Energy Center that we should talk about that formula, E equals mc squared, and how simple it is. I mean, Einstein was the master of taking very complex ideas and boiling them down to a simple equation like E equals mc squared. And he never stepped foot in a lab or did one single experiment. So it shows you the power that's in the mind, that when somebody puts their mind to something, that something can really happen. So let me digress. I know you all didn't think that you were going to be getting a physics lesson this morning, and you're probably all thinking, what a nerd. And unfortunately, my wife wears a T-shirt that says "I love nerds," and she walks. Unfortunately, she only wears it around the house, so I might have a problem if she wore it out in public. Let me talk about the purpose and the mission of the Energy Center. The Energy Center is here to support and to stimulate new commercial activity in this region, the tobacco footprint, that focuses on energy technology. Basically, this is where energy research and development and commercialization unite so that economic activity can happen. And we hope and expect that over time that these catalyzing efforts that we're undertaking here will transform this region. Just like I told you before, the mass is transformed into energy. Now, I think there's two ingredients that we need to make that happen. Stay with me. Okay, first ingredient we need is the mindset of the people. Okay, the mindset is our vision, is what motivates us, and what pushes us, is what drives us to a particular point in space that we want to go to. That's our mindset, that's our vision. It's what separates the pessimist from the optimist. We all heard about, everybody has their own definition of what an entrepreneur really is. Somebody will work 80 hours for themselves rather than working 40 hours for someone else. But my favorite definition of an entrepreneur is someone that can tell somebody one way that something can be done when everyone else is telling them 99 ways it can't be done. So it's all in the mindset. If we're a pessimist or we're an optimist, is going to dictate where we're going to go. Because if we're a pessimist and we expect nothing, we're going to get nothing.